Hello friends, my name is Alex Korekis and I want to welcome you to the Finding Lost Civilization series. Today I'm returning to the Black Mountain Rock Art District, which is located in San Bernardino, California. Now this area contains over 12,000 petroglyphs. I tell you, it's quite amazing. But for today we're going to visit a small site that I located that contains some very interesting petroglyphs. And so I invite you to come with me. I know today will be a fun trek. Well friends, directly to our front, right up there at the high point, there's a series of petroglyphs. I can see them from here. So we'll take a walk up there and get a close-up view. Well, there you have it. This is really beautiful. Look at this over here. I would say this is a desert archaic style. This over here sometimes is called a rake. You can see the lines coming down this way. Beautiful over here. Of course, their meaning has been lost in time, but it's still fantastic to find them. Look at this over here. There's another series of motifs right here. So what we'll do is we'll follow this boulder over here, and I see another series right over here. Right over here, can you see this? Right over here there's some. So that's a better view. And I think I see a series up there. They're very faded. I mean, those are very old. So let's take a walk up there and we'll see what they look like. Okay. Have to be really careful. Boy, I tell you, this is very, very old. You can barely see it. Right over here. Can you see that? So there's another one, I think, somewhere in there. And let's see if there's any others that we can find over here. Well, there's that large panel right there. And if you pan to the left, right over here, you can see another series of petroglyphs. This one here is really fascinating. Let's get a little closer to it. Well, again, you have what I would call archaic style a petroglyph, maybe desert archaic, but look at this right over here. This is really fascinating. This is the double cross symbol, and you find these in Mexico and throughout the desert Southwest. So it's a fairly common motif right here. So what we'll do is we'll continue searching around the boulders to see if we can find any more symbols. Well, as I'm climbing around these rocks, you have to look in every nook and cranny. Right over here is another symbol. Well, from looking at this symbol over here, I took a survey of the boulders around us, and I look down and I see another series of symbols right over here. We'll go down there and take a look. They look very beautiful. Well, up there is where we saw the symbol just a minute ago. And here's another series of symbols right over here. Now look at this. This is very old over here, beautiful. And look right above it, there's another symbol, and we'll call that a new symbol. Now the difference between these symbols might be 1,000 years. It takes many, many, many years for this to turn brown again, to return to its natural patina, okay? Whereas this one is very bright. But even so, it still might be a couple hundred years old. And then again, I guess there's also the possibility that some foolish person coming out here to look at these symbols placed their own over here. Could be a fake symbol, not placed there by the natives. Hard to tell, but I can tell that this is, I would say, probably not native. I'm looking over here at the marks. Very long, see, linear type strike marks. And the native ones are really fine pecked, like dots, pecking away. So this here looks really, really rustic and very different from the methods used by the Native Americans at this location that I've seen. Now this one looks like a combination of pecking, okay, and then abrading. So they're deeply incised. As I'm looking for ancient symbols, I see a lot of what I'll call modern symbols. But some of them are interesting because they're historic in nature. Let me give you this example over here. Now here's what I'll call a modern petroglyph. So it looks like B over here plus E, and then below it we see a G. And we're looking at a date over here of 1911. And then right below it, look, there's JR, and it's 1926. So this one over here is over 100 years old. Quite interesting. Well, friends, we've just viewed a series of petroglyphs there, and now we're going to take a look at this area. Let me show you what it looks like up here. Okay, so quite steep. So we'll look at the bottom. There'll be symbols there because I can already see them. The first one that I see is modern man, and I see the initials BK directly in front of us right there. So as I'm looking, I notice this right over here. So somebody left a marker for us right here, and look at this over here. There's a fairly large panel with petroglyphs. So what we'll do is we'll walk over and take a look. I can tell there's a series of symbols there. Beautiful. So let's get in closer. Now, one of the things I want to mention is, you know, I'm filming at the same time that I'm walking towards these. It's a wonder that over the years I haven't hurt myself. But here we go. There's a symbol there. There's a separate one there. There's something right here. And of course, below it here. I'll tell you, they're very ancient, very old. You can tell people have scratched on them, unfortunately, but here's another symbol again with a circle, and you can see a line going through it. And here again is the rain symbol, or the rake. And these are, let's get in real close, okay. Look at this over here. You can see the pecking right here. You can see the pecking. Beautiful symbols. Well, friends, one of the questions we might ask ourselves is, what do these petroglyphs actually mean? Well, the quick and true answer is we really don't know. One of the things that we do know is that people transited or lived in this area as far back as 12,000 years ago. But we have no information of who these people were and where they went to. Now, we do know that the last native group of people that lived in this area were known as the Serrano, and they arrived here about 2,500 years ago. And so most of these petroglyphs are a mystery to us as to their meaning and who the people actually were that placed them there. Anyways, I hope you continue to trek with me as we visit ancient sites that time has long forgotten.